impressed me most about that story is that, you know, it was almost a really potential traumatic incident at Toys R Us. Yet Toys R Us is still her favorite store. I just really love your sister. Cool. This is good though. You guys have been great. I love this crowd. We got a lot of racial diversity here. That's important. I'll tell you guys right off the bat, I'm actually Iranian. Cool. Thanks a lot.
I don't get it.
Actually, it's a lie. I'm not Iranian. I was Iranian for a bunch of years, up until September 11th, and now I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah! Yeah! I like that. I like that.
That's awesome, man.
Soy boricua.
All right, guys. Our next storyteller. When I asked him, what is it that you love about New York most? He told me you get to see people you haven't seen in a while because there's a lot of people in a little space and you're bound to bump into each other. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for John DeJesus!
It was a typical Saturday, waking up, stretching, doing all the necessities to be done in the morning. And the phone rings. Now, I don't know who this person is. I really don't care because I just woke up. So I pick up the phone and I hear a deep voice. I don't even know the voice, but I still answer it. And I still speak to the person. And he says, "Are you John DeJesus?" I'm like, "Yes, who wants to know?" He goes, "It's your father." But see, me, technically, I get prank called every now and then with my friends and my family. So now I'm kind of pissed because I'm like, okay, you took it too far because that's my father right there. I haven't seen him in 10 years and I'm 18. And I hang up getting all mad and then the phone rings once again. But this time the person sounds more disappointed and he goes, "Why you hang up on me?" And I'm like, "Because you're playing a prank on me." He goes, "No, I'm not. I'm really your father. Why you hang up on me?" I'm like, "Okay, fine. If you're my so-called father, then prove it." So I was amazed because he knew my date of birth, social security number, and awards that I received when I was a child. So now I'm kind of I'm believing that's my father, but at the same time I'm thinking, wait, this could be a stalker. I don't know what the hell's going on. He's stalking me. And we decide to meet on 42nd Street at 1 o'clock on that same day. So I get all hyped and scared at the same time. So I'm like, and I'm putting like, I forgot to put like one sock on one leg. And I rushed out the house, took the train. I was on 42nd Street, standing there next to a billboard. And I have a picture of my father, big diesel guy, very big. I was on his shoulders, screaming, "Ah!" all that stuff. And I see a big guy come out of the train. Now I'm thinking, yes, that's my father. That has to be my dad because he's so big and he's like, looks like the brawny guy from the paper towel thing. and I'm like, okay. So I go like this and he passes by me. I'm like, that's not my dad. And then the guy behind him was actually my dad. More skinnier than usual. Had like a tank top with a Yankee hat and some messed up jeans and Converse. And now, I look at the picture, and it's the same face as the photograph. So now I'm very excited. I'm like, yes, my father I've seen in many years. It doesn't matter if you don't look like the brown guy anymore. You're still my father either way. So now we give a hug, and like, I give him a hug, and I feel this vibe, a father-son vibe that everyone gets if you haven't seen your father or whoever in a long time. So I feel this vibe. I'm like, yes, we're connected. And then we go on the train, but I was afraid, very, very nervous to ask my father one question. Where the hell have you been all this time? I'm 18. I saw you when I was 8. What the hell's going on? What are you doing? And I'm on the train, and I ask him that question. He turns around. He answers me. But as soon as he answers, a bunch of subway performers come out and say, "Yeah! Woo!" And they start flipping around all over the place. And I'm going crazy because I'm trying to ask him the simple question. And I see his lips moving, but I didn't hear a thing. So now I'm frustrated. So we get off the train. My father's all walking proud and whatever, although I'm taller than him. But we go to my grandmother's house to meet my grandmother, my family from my father's side. And when we go inside the house, I meet my grandmother and my family, and I meet my dad's best friend since high school, Joe. He's very big, very tall too. And it was movie time. So we're sitting down watching The Matrix, and my dad loves martial arts movies. That's why I feel like I have this connection with him, because I love martial arts movies, and he doesn't like the talking scenes. He just wants to see someone get chopped in the neck or kicked in the face. So he's just excited about this whole thing. And I'm waiting for the talking scene to come so I can actually ask him the question again. So Joe sits on the corner of the couch, minding his own business. So I asked my dad, so what do you work as? What do you do? What happened? Where were you all this time? And he answered me again. I thought he was speaking, but Joe was snoring.
Stress.
So now I'm more frustrated, so I go to the kitchen, I take a cold cup of water and just throw it at Joe's face. And I'm like, wake up, you're interrupting a good father and son moment. He's like, I am, really? And now I'm even more depressed than before, because I didn't get to tell my father anything. I didn't get to hear anything. But now I'm like, wait, there's still a talking scene. So as soon as I turn around to ask my father again, the fighting scene starts. So my dad's like looking at the screen. Like, damn!
Mommy hard.
And now it's getting kind of late. So I'm like, okay, Dad, I have to go. He's like, I'll take you to the train. And then Joe gets up and says, wait, no need for that. I have an Escalade downstairs with leather seats. And now I'm like, okay, so you want to drive us? He's like, yeah. But before we drive the car, I have to tell you something. See, I have narcolepsy, and I don't want to drive a car when I have narcolepsy. Me and my dad didn't know what the hell narcolepsy was. We were just like, okay, he has narcolepsy, let's go in the car. So we sit in the car, and I fall asleep because, leather was good. Leather, I love the leather. I fall asleep. About 10 or 15 minutes later, the car starts to shake.
Stress.
I wake up, I'm like, why are you waking me up? Damn. And then I look at my father. My father's like, John, look at this guy. Can you believe this? Look at this. And I'm like, yes, father-son connection time.
Yes!
And then he says, no, he's really sleeping. I'm like, look at him. I'm like, he has his sunglasses on. He's driving. He's just playing around, messing with your head. Like, no, I'm serious. I heard him go. I was like, I'm serious.
Mommy hard.
Okay, fine. So I lift up his glasses. Turns out he was sleeping.
Why you was trying
And now, me and my father have this connection, but in a dangerous situation, or we could die. So my dad's like, all right, here's the plan, John. We're going to open the car. We're going to carry Joe around, and we're going to put him in the trunk. Now, I look at my dad with a stupid look. I'm like, first of all, you're smaller than me. Second of all, we're skinny as hell. And he's very big. And he's not going to fit in the trunk. So now we have to go to plan B. So my dad says, okay, I'm going to drive the car sideways. So he sits on top of Joe's lap like this. He starts driving like this. And now I'm like, okay, how are you going to reach the brakes? He's like, you're my brakes and my gas. So I'm like,
oh
what?
My God.
And I'm going on the bottom, trying to lift up Joe's leg, putting it on the side. And he's like, brakes! Gas! Brakes! Gas! And I'm getting confused. I'm like, which one's brakes?
Oh my God.
And now we get to my building after all that commotion on FDR Drive. And we get to my building, and I'm standing there, and he says, son, I know you was trying to ask me this question all day. I see you trying. And I'm mad because he knows I was trying, but yet he doesn't say anything. And he says, John, all this time I've been working on music, making my own music, going from state to state, performing.
Aww.
And, I'm back here to spend time with you. And then after that, I felt excited. I was like, yes, you finally told me. Thank you, Jesus. And I go home all excited. But before I leave, he says, I'll meet you in church tomorrow. I'll be there. I'm like, yes. Now time to wear my tux and impress the ladies with my dad. So now I go home, I lay down, and I realize this is a new beginning this is the beginning of a new chapter for me in my life.
Aww.